taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Into our final topic, and I'm gonna let P lead us off on that one. And the album, to compare two albums that are the most disappointing. So P, take it away.
Okay, I'm ready. Since we talked about Prodigy, we'll stick within that range and talk about Mobb Deep. And Mobb Deep released a very disappointing album in 2006 called Blood Money. When they were signed to G Unit. Ugh, but yeah, I have my thoughts about that, but I'll get through this before I rain out all my shots. But at the same year, we also got another disappointing album by a returning Jay-Z, wearing the 4-5, and tried to be Jordan, coming back at 4 wearing the 4-5, and shot 2 for 19 with this album. Kingdom Come. Ugh. So, and I can tell you as a 16-year-old, I listened to both these albums like, what the fuck? Like, this is like 3 hours of my life I can't get back. But, whatever. But anyways, before I ramble on and, whatever, which album was the more disappointing album between Blood Money and Kingdom Come? We got 14 votes so far. Keep voting. Go vote. And 64% said Jay-Z Kingdom Come was the more disappointing album, as opposed to 36% that said Mobb Deep's Blood Money was.
Facts.
There we go.
Because Mobb Deep still stayed in their lane. That's what it was.
Yes, and Mark. Kingdom Come was pretty bad. Go ahead.
Yeah,
LB.
damn right. That shit was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. I mean, I actually picked Blood Money, and that only because, like I said, as a Mobb Deep fanatic. Now, I know we've had arguments here, like when exactly did Mobb Deep fall off? Some people say Infamy. I defend Infamy. LB hates it.
Infamy's a good solid 7 type of album. It got some joints on there, like, because when we were supposed to do an episode about that, because I actually re-listened to it at the time, and I was like, okay. But like, it's not seeing HNIC, like, definitely. Like,
well, actually, the Infamy came out after HNIC, though. I think.
Yes, it did, because HNIC came out in 2000.
Yeah, exactly.
Infamy came out the next year.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like how you sound like.
Yeah, like to me, I mean, honestly, I think to me, Infamy checked off a lot of things. I mean, Prodigy did slow down his flow, but he was still lyrically sharp on that one. But you could tell this is where Havoc started taking over, and the singles were all hitting. Now, America's Nightmare, that's when I saw that was the gasp of where Prodigy was, because that's when Prodigy would start the whole non-rhyming shit, but in some joints he'd snap. But Blood Money was just, what the fuck is this? Like, I was heated, because, like, I mean, obviously this is when G Unit was on top of the world and shit like this. So, when G Unit signed them, it was like, okay, 50 pretty much signed them for the production, because Hav's production was still, was still crucial, like, it was still on point. And like some of the shit that, I mean, first of all, there was no Big Noid on the album, which was annoying. Like, this was no Mobb Deep album. They had Young Buck over this shit, Tony Yayo. What the fuck do I want to listen to Tony Yayo on a Mobb Deep album for? What the fuck is going on?
It's a G-Unit Mobb Deep album.
I know. I didn't mind Lloyd Banks shit on Lloyd Banks being on there, because
Young Buck was like the best nigga from G Unit, and you up here like scoffing at that. Like,
no, nigga, I wanted a G Unit, like, a minimal presence. Them niggas was all over this album. Like,
I mean, Young Buck and Mobb Deep make for a horrible chemistry. Like,
yeah, that was a terrible song.
Not saying that Young Buck is bad, but he does not fit with what Mobb Deep does.
Yeah, that's a weird.
That's very weird fit. Now, I mean, truthfully, Young Buck probably did release the best solo out of the whole first round of G. And I'm not, like I said,
Thank you, Rob Deep. I said Rob Deep.
This nigga said Rob Deep.
This album has some tracks, to be honest. I was more disappointed off of Infamy. There you go.
Honestly, I might be in the I might be, you know, I'm definitely not in the you know.
Infamy was where niggas was getting disappointed. I'm telling you.
So here's my view, and this is me looking back at it as a 16-year-old. You know.
Damn, you had all those opinions on them HNIC and Industry Shakedown, like.
What you mean?
Young ass nigga.
Oh yes, I mean, I like it all. Like I go back, I dig in the crates. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I remember it. So, the reason why I won't say that Mobb Deep's album was the more disappointing was because by that time I had already heard Infamy. Infamy was not trash. I don't agree with that. It was not trash. It was far from Mobb Deep's best work, but it was not trash.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it trash.
I will defend Infamy.
If you call it mid, I wouldn't argue.
I did not like, and I also really didn't like America's Nightmare. So that came out 2 years before Blood Money. So like by the time Blood Money came out, and I did not like that album at all, I was not disappointed because it was already kind of like going in the decline. So it was like, oh, what the fuck do you expect? How can I be disappointed at something when it's like already declined? Like, I know what the fuck I'm getting at this point. Like, so like, how is that disappointing to me? So on the other hand, you have Jay-Z, where Jay-Z went into retirement. The last album he dropped before was in 2003, the Black Album, and I loved that album back in the day. I played it all the time. I played it all the time. And then when he retired, he was still dropping some shit. Like he was, you know, his verse on Dear Summer.
Yeah, he had a track on Memphis Bleak shit.
his
Mind Right remix.
His verse on Grammy, the freestyle Grammy family.
Never Let Me Down, the Kanye.
Yes,
shit, yeah.
like he was still dropping dope fucking features that, like, when he said I'm coming back, I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna pick off right where he left off, only to drop a complete fucking brick. I felt like a brick hit my fucking ear listening to that album. But like, there was literally 4 tracks on Kingdom Come that I liked. That's it. Maybe 5.
How you feel about because with Kingdom Come, it's like I was already not fucking with Black Album. I didn't like it. You know, story behind Black Album, because I know Black Album and the G Unit debut group album came out, I think, at the same time, and I remember I was selling both, and I think most people, if I remember correctly, more people bought the G Unit shit than the J shit. You know,
yeah. That G Unit album, that first album was hard. Yeah,
it was. You know, so I already lowered my expectations on Kingdom Come. And I'll admit, Show Me What You Got me, because I was a sucker.
I hated that. I was
a sucker for the sample, bro.
The funny thing is, with Show Me What You Got, everybody else did better versions of it than Jay.
Yes, Wayne's version was way better.
Wayne did a better version. AZ did a better version. Fucking, I would say Little Mama even snapped on
I've
Show
never
Me
heard
What
of
You
Little
Got. No, I'm serious. Look. on some real shit. Like,
yeah.
I know it's the funny thing to make fun of Lil Mama, and yeah, some of the shit is funny, whatever, cool meme shit. But Shorty talented, and she could actually fucking spit.
No, she's talented. I just,
like,
it's just random.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Y'all might have to Google it, YouTube it, but I think she had a video for it as well. But I remember she did rap over the "Show Me What You Got."
Well,
and she snapped on it. Like, she sounded good on it. Like, and like, it was a whole bunch of people. Like, everybody at that time had a better fucking version of "Show Me What You Got" than Jay-Z. Like, like, I don't know. Like, that was one of the first times Jay-Z had a track that I felt everyone just outdid him on, where that doesn't usually happen, because like, even with H to the Izzo, Niggas was rapping on that, but nobody was killing that. Like,
or where I'm from, like there's been remixes of where I'm from. But.
Yeah, but no one killed it. Like Jay-Z first verse on Where I'm From is legendary. That's just classic. Like, ain't too many niggas spitting better on that beat than that.
And then also just to mention too, because Show Me What You Got too, because it also sampled the shit from one of my favorite movies, Shaft in Africa too. So that's why I was fucking with it. That's why I recognize that sample like that.
Yeah, I prefer Lost. I prefer Lost One as a single than Show Me What You Got. Lost One I liked.
Yeah, Lost One was probably the only other song on that album I actually liked.
The only songs I liked on Kingdom Come were Lost One. The title track, Kingdom Come. I love the sample. I love the Rich King sample. And Dig a Hole. I like Dig a Hole.
Dig a Hole was trash, but that beat was fire.
And wasn't it?
Was y'all feeling Beat Share? Probably not.
Beat Share.
That shit was trash.
I like Beat Share. It was Jay trying a little bit too hard to make
and I actually kind of liked Minority Report a little bit.
See, that was kind of like the birth of Euro Hove. You know, I'm a huge Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Euro, but that was the birth of Euro Hove. But then the first verse, I mean, the intro sounded good. You know, I thought, okay, I thought he went hard on the intro, the prelude or whatever.
True.
It was a good. I mean, Jay-Z had better intros, but I'm saying it was a good intro.
It wasn't like Volume 1 or
Dynasty.
Yeah, but it was solid. Like
it was solid. He threw some subs, but it was cool. Then when I didn't know, Oh My God was forgettable. The title track, I
hated that was an annoying song.
The Kingdom Come, that Rick James sample. I mean, Just Blaze is one of my favorite producers of all time. So I feel like he don't get his flowers like he should.
Rest in Blaze.
He bodied that beat.
Yeah, I did not like Oh My God. I actually liked when J.R. Ryder took that beat and flipped it and dissed Jay on it. Yes, that was when Dipset was dissing Jay. Like, yeah, that I prefer that version.
I remember that now. For some reason I was thinking about J.R. Ryder, the basketball player.
What?
I used to be Ryder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I forgot about J.R. Ryder.
Dipset. They always took damn J beats, because if you remember them niggas took the Dynasty freestyle.
Yes.
Oh, that was so hard.
And they was dissing Jay-Z and True Life, and they snapped on that shit.
Yes, they did.
Cameron bodied that shit so bad. Jesus,
JR.
That nigga so trash, he make Bleak sound nice.
Hot.
He trash. So ease down,
You want to rock because they had to fill a mill spot.
But I mean, some of that
song. You ain't robbed me. Them niggas 5 feet.
He said, you ain't even rock. You rock live with the damn reggaeton
artists.
There's so many forgettable songs on this. Like, this might be his worst album. I mean, like, I never listened to the Magna Carta shit, but this probably...
No, Magna Carta is way better than this. This and BP3 are like back and forth. Like, no, I think Kingdom Come actually is worse than Blueprint 3.
Kingdom Come was trash. Like it and like even the hard, because Jay had some hardcore stands back then, and even they were kind of struggling to stand the album.
Yeah,
the funny thing is, I mean, and even Jay himself says this is his worst album.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, for this one, I kind of expected it. Just the Mobb Deep shit just hurt my soul so much. It was just like, this was like, have a party, like these niggas is like, the sound was gone, and like, it's like, what the fuck is this? And it was this Prodigy just non-rhyming his ass all over the fucking album, like this nigga had no bars.
Was Out of Control remix on that or no?
No,
yeah, it was a bonus track because it was on because it was on the massacre. It was on the massacre.
It was on the massacre. I don't remember it being on Blood Money.
It was on the
Get With the Die Trying
soundtrack. Yeah. It was on the movie soundtrack.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, Have a Party was on. Yeah, Have a Party was on Get Rich or Die Trying too. But yeah, it was like that, and it was like this wasn't in like 50. And this is where 50 was.
See, Rob D fucking remembered that shit. It was on the soundtrack. See, told y'all niggas.
Yeah.
No, it was on the re-release of Get Rich or Die of the Massacre. The Massacre. It was on the Massacre too, but it was on because the original Massacre had Out of Control, the original version, but then he made a re-release of the
because the original Out of Control had I forgot what he sampled, but then the Out of Control remix was like a party shit.
The Out of Control remix is pretty smooth though.
Yeah, the original Out of Control was actually dope.
They should have lead off single on that album or something. You know, maybe that would have.
I mean, I fucked with both of them, but you know, I'm not one of these. I just want Mobb Deep to rap on boom bap grimy tracks.
Nigga, I wanted them to. I was like, cause this is when I was.
Alright, so what do you think about Pearly Gates?
I hated that fucking song.
Oh man, I ain't gonna. That was my song.
I was just gonna say. I think by the time I hit Pearly Gates is when I wanted to, like, in real time is when I wanted to just throw my fucking Walkman away. Like,
what do you like about Pearly Gates?
It was just
50,
so.
50
I hated. No, I hated 50 on it. It was like. I didn't like the beat. I didn't like it. Just so cheesy. I really did not like that.
And that shit was like soulful. Like,
it was.
Prodigy had one of his better verses.
It was fake soulful. It was fake soul. It was fake soulful.
And it was non-rhyming all over the fucking place.
Nah, Prodigy, like, he ain't snap, but he had a dope verse on that. Like, it just the context of it. Like, I get it, and then you know. The person he was talking about responded later on, and then Prodigy came back, and I guess he understood.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole story behind it is dope. You know, for the type of verse he has spit on there. You know, I ain't gonna go into detail. You know, my life hard enough as it is.
I was just like, well, like I said, you know, I was just like,
but I felt what Prodigy was saying in that verse, though. Like, I honestly, like, I understood where he was coming from, man. Like, I really did, but I don't know. But damn, y'all ain't like the song. Wow, that's crazy. Okay,
I didn't like.
He said, Mobb Deep. I like that one.
I listened to this album once, and I was just like, yeah, I'm never gonna listen to this shit again. Like, you kidding me? Like, I mean, and honestly, if this was the actual last official Mobb Deep group album, it would have been a fucking shame. That's why I'm glad that MOP said fuck 50 and in his demands to have these niggas trying to be brolic like him, so they could actually put an album out and it's like, you know, fuck it and just let.
Because they was touring like I get what he was trying to do for MOP, like, and honestly, I wish they would have did it. MOP album, I think, would have did better with the G Unit sound than Mobb Deep. But Mobb Deep said fucking and did it.
I mean, MOP had really bad luck because before then they had the Rockefeller fucking mishap. Like they were just stuck. Like,
but I feel like this was their second chance, and they would have sounded dope on Rockefeller, but then I felt like they would have been dope on G Unit too. Like, and sometimes you just gotta. If you get a second chance at certain situations, you got to go in there optimistic. I can't internalize how they felt. Or, during the time.
Because wasn't MOP over the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack?
Yeah, and it was in the Window Shopper video.
Yeah.
So they had interviews and photo shoots with them niggas.
I did think G-Unit was a better fit for them than Rockefeller, but that's just my opinion. But it didn't work out either.
Yeah, but 50 was just on some, you niggas gotta get brolic and shit. You can get in the gym, you know.
He wanted, but look how they was looking though. They was older. They gonna be touring. I get it. I don't know what else was, came about it with that. But I understand the whole fitness. I don't think he wanted them niggas to get brolic. Because, I mean, not like all them other niggas is brolic.
I mean, anyone, that whole shit, because they were all fucking with that HGH shit, nigga. Like, everyone, like, Busta, Dr. Dre, all them niggas was out there walking.
I'm talking about in G. Who else in G Unit was walking around swole, looking like fucking Kimbo Slice and shit? Like, who else? Game was about the only nigga who was tall, but he wasn't looking down. He looked bigger now, like.
No, he's bigger now. Yeah, no, but
Yeah, so like I don't, I think he wanted those niggas to work out and get the fitness up because he knew the rigorous touring and all of that shit and to get them buzzing. But I don't think he wanted them niggas to be on some like I need you to be in this Stallone film and look like you could be in Rambo 6 and have y'all shirt off and be in Brownsville rapping and shit. Like, nah, nigga. Like, but that's here or there, whatever. It didn't happen, but
but it's just like, but at least I can understand. It's like, you know what? I mean, I'm glad it didn't, but yeah, it's just after listening to Blood Money, I was just like,
then what did MOP do after that? Like that was the last time they was getting a mainstream look. So that's why I kind of wish they did something. Because it's not like the Mace remember Mace was back with them niggas too at that time.
Yeah, but then Mace couldn't sign with them because Puffy wouldn't let him out the contract.
And then you see, but Mace could always pop up and get everybody's attention. Mm-hmm. And you until this fucking day.
That would have been a horrible fit anyway. I'm glad he didn't sign, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, them niggas was trying everything at that point. Them motherfuckers had like G-Unit West Coast, G-Unit Chicago, G-Unit this, G-Unit South. Like, niggas had Scrappy, like...
Yeah, G-Unit, they were trying to sign all these other niggas, like, niggas that didn't really fit. Niggas that didn't really fit,
They were trying to take over, so I get it. But yeah, like, it's... when you look at it in hindsight, I kind of wish they did something, because there would have been something. Cause like to this day, Mace could always just come out to this day and fucking get everybody's attention, say Diddy 2.0 or whatever the fuck. Whereas MOP, they'll do a feature here and there and they'll be dope, but they not gonna get that attention they deserve as like being hip hop legends,
right?
So that's the sad part. That's how I'm looking at it as a fan. But right. I get it. If niggas ain't want to work out, fuck it. Who am I to say, hey, y'all niggas need to work out? The motherfucker who made 4 Alarm Blaze and Mash Out, like all that.
I'm just happy though. At least, like I said, Mobb Deep at least redeemed themselves with their final group album. And I was like, okay, this is the Mobb Deep that I know, because, like I said, that G-Unit album, that G-Unit album, will never.
I think Prodigy had Rotten Apple, which was fire. Remember, Prodigy had Rotten Apple.
Yeah, afterwards, Prodigy went on a good solo run afterward. Before he went and then he went to jail. But yeah.
So overall, like, we all agreed with who voted for Mobb Deep album? What,
me?
Pat, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I voted
for him. Nigga.
I voted for Kingdom Come.
Yeah,
I voted for Mobb Deep too. I voted for Mobb Deep too.
Oh, we split.
We'll split again.
We split again. Nah, this whole ass nigga really.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Pat, you went for Kingdom for Blood Money?
Yeah, like I said, because like I said, Kingdom Come was par for course for me, because like I said, I didn't like Black Album, so it would be I'm pretty sure I wouldn't like Kingdom Come, and Kingdom Come was a worse album than that. So I kind of expected it. Whereas,
why didn't you like the Black Album?
Say, I can't believe you like Black Album. To me, the last 3 tracks.
The reason why I didn't like the Black Album is because when they were advertising that shit, they were advertising, we're gonna have Ski beats on there. We're gonna have Primo on there. Like they were about to bring back the niggas that actually popped off like the first couple albums for Jay. I'm like, okay, this is.
I remember that.
Yeah. So instead, we got Change Clothes and Go and that stupid.
I did not like.
Timberland talking about they had that Tim.
And then the stupid fake woke song with fucking Rick Rubin on the fucking beat. Like, come on, like.
Yeah.
Are you talking about 99 Problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was
played
just like,
that bullshit out.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this
Lucifer, Allure, and fucking.
Yeah, Lucifer and Allure.
The way the album closed out is.
What more can I say?
Like, the last 3 tracks, Lucifer, Allure, and my last song with the Biggie talking, like the way it closed out. I don't know. As a Jay-Z quote unquote hardcore fan, that shit was kind of dope to me.
But I think it's because my expectations were already ruined, and then we got changed clothes, which I hated. So
it's just I don't know. Maybe it was the production for me, but rapping wise, Jay-Z was spitting on the Black album, so it's not one of my favorite Jay albums, but I don't say it as a bad album. I don't hate it or anything.
Yeah, and I think Marquis said something about that. Yeah, that Black album had so many fucking remixes. I remember too, because niggas used to ask me for all the remix of that fucking album, especially the Beatles one, the Beatles remix of that fucking album. Like,
oh god,
like niggas were fucking with that one. I was like, why? Like, but I didn't ask, and the nigga just pay me my $5-7, nigga. I don't give a fuck, But it was just like, why? It was like. It was that album was remixed so much. I didn't understand why people were like, but then like the acapellas were like all available, like they were all open. I was like,
because that's what I'm saying. Because Jay-Z was rapping his ass off on the album, and nobody liked the production. That's why. Yeah. That's why you had all those remixes. Like you had people making better versions of the album than Jay could make himself. That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, and that's why I think all of them, especially the one that the Beatles mashup, I think all them niggas got like sued to oblivion for doing all that shit.
As they should have.
Remember that nigga on YouTube? There's somebody, I think it was called Cooking for Soul remixes, and he would take like AZ songs and
Cooking Soul.
Those shits be dope, but they don't be better than the originals to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but with Jay-Z, that one album, nah, like everybody was remixing the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah,
I actually like a lot of those Cooking Soul versions.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, it's dope. But I'm saying, as if you was to say, okay, you could only listen to one version for the rest of your life, would you pick the original or Cooking for Soul? I'm gonna pick the original.
Like, yeah, because if I remember if I remember one of those
with the J album, you would just say fuck it. I would pick the Cooking for Soul version if I gotta choose one between the original or Cooking for Soul.
Speaking of that, what happened to Danger Mouse? Because Danger Mouse was the nigga that actually did that Beatles album, that Beatles mashup.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and that nigga used to have that nigga's name was buzzing back then. I haven't heard shit from him in like years. That and Cooking Soul, I always fuck with Cooking Soul, but I was like
Cooking Soul, yeah.
I was like,
I'm saying Cooking for Soul, but niggas knew what I'm talking about. Like,
Cooking Soul, it's Cooking Soul, it's like, I was like, that nigga was popping. I was like, nah, he's like faded to oblivion or some shit like that. I haven't heard that, but he was the one that did all those mashups. But I guess people like the spitting on that too. Like I said, because the production was just so often hit and miss. Dirt Off Your Shoulder was annoying me,
Yeah, he had a lot of annoying songs on that album.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Like, it was like he was trying to make a new era commercial Hard Knock Life.
Yeah, like
a grown up Hard Knock Life.
Yeah, like on there, the M beat was kind of annoying. Rick Rubin shit was annoying. Like, I know Quick tried to do with Justify My Thug, but it was just like,
I liked it. I liked Justify My Thug. Rob T said Danger Mouse, he's got an album coming with Black Dog. Ah, yes, he does. I think I did hear about that. I will definitely be listening.
But yeah, but it was just like my expectation. But then, it was just my expectations with Black Album, and I didn't get what I was expecting. It was just like, ugh. It was one of those things. It kind of ruined that. That's what ruined the album.
So you were already disappointed by Jay. So it's like, oh, I can't be any more disappointed.
Lowered expectations.
Yeah, lowered expectations. Whereas Mobb Deep, I didn't really have it because America's Nightmare was. It went down, but there were still songs that I was fucking with. So that's like, okay. Cool.
I really did not like America's Nightmare, so that's probably why I was just not disappointed at all. Blood Money.
Man, I was a Free Agents fan. That was my shit.
Yeah, Free Agents was dope. Yeah. That's why it was just killed me that Blood Money was such a bad album. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's why I was just annoyed that album was just so. It had all the commercial. It didn't even go gold.
I think I remember. Actually, now that I do remember listening to Blood Money and immediately just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna listen to Cheesy. instead. That was literally what I did. I'm like, you know what? Why am I doing this? Let me listen to Jeezy.
I mean, but Jeezy had better music.
And in that era, I feel like G-Unit was kind of dying around that time. I mean, I know that, you know, Mobb Deep, that wasn't the prime G-Unit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, the reason why is because they were, you know, a fucking Game. Well, I think Game had left them by then. Game was just, you know, was destroying them left and right on all the mixes.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the window shopper era with Mace and 50 Cent sharing milkshakes.
Yeah.
These niggas going on a date.
Go on a date and then they like.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, like I said, 50. Yeah, when 50 started dumbing down this shit and started explaining and started doing stupid explanations, like, you know, like amusement park being some sort of, you know, some sort of like crazy creative song. This nigga was talking about, oh yeah, I make, you know, AZ makes bullshit songs, but you know, but that amusement park where I talk about shit goes round and round and going.
Yeah, that was terrible, bro.
Yeah, I was like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here with all this bullshit.
He became what you know, what he was talking shit about Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what killed me. And it's like, and this is the reason why. I mean,
and we're not worse because Ja Rule was actually trying to make hard music on his way out.
I'm not gonna lie, I went to Ja Rule concert, lost my voice. That nigga was going.
Well, you're a Ja Rule fan, though. You're a Ja. That's a
you lost your voice in Ja Rule concert.
It was one of those old school, you know, like those, you know, I think Chingy was there, and you know, Mims and all the.
The guy was like, "Holla!"
He said,
"I'm just saying, I don't know.
Niggas.
I don't know if I lose my voice to a 50 Cent concert. I don't know." And I like 50. I love 50.
Pilot that, you know, out there, this nigga, this nigga was out here, you know, vibing and screaming his ass like, Ja Rule!
No, it was the songs. Every thug needs a lady.
It's like, how are you shouting that shit back though? Like
but thing, Ashanti was on stage, so it was alright. Ashanti was on stage the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she fine as hell in person. That's true.
Nigga probably was like, "Do you trust me? Oh man!"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like Ja Rule don't make the type of music where I'm gonna be shouting out Ja Rule bars at a concert. Like, I mean, this is
I think I've had enough of the Cookie Monster voice. So.
Yeah, like, and he's not saying that.
The fake DMX voice, because I remember I was like, "What the fuck? This nigga bit DMX flow tough or something?" When I was young,
and that's the thing. Like, I've been to a DMX show, and like, and he was there with Waka Flocka, so it's like you got like one of the best old school era performers with one of the best new school era, and they had both groups of fans liking each other's shit because the energy and just the performances and the bars, and like niggas can say what they want about Waka Flocka, but like if you ain't like been to his show, like performance wise, like that nigga energy, like
I mean I can dig what you're saying, because I remember when I went to a Mobb Deep concert, Petey Pablo opened up for him, and that nigga had all the bitches taking off their shirts, you know, spinning it around like a helicopter and shit. Like that nigga had that whole shit like fucking like.
It's funny you say I've seen Petey.
You know, actually, Petey Pablo was at that show too. Actually,
yeah. Petey Pablo's the one nigga we all seen. Like that's crazy.
Randomly.
Yes, he was at grad night, like he was killing that shit, like
Petey Pablo. Honestly, that he was a fucking highlight, because that nigga had all the bitches wilding in the, you know, like taking off their shirts and shit like that. I was seeing titties.
North Carolina.
Yeah, that's why I won't diss Petey Pablo, because that nigga had that type of music where the bitches got open, so I was cool with it.
And he could rap too, so it wasn't like he wasn't sounding like these remedial niggas now sometimes.
Yeah, these speak and spell niggas out here, like
and shit. I fuck with the music more than your ass.
Oh, Marquise, you mentioned Denzel Curry. Let's see, it's a different vibe for Waka. The Denzel Curry show I went to felt like it. Felt like what? The energy or non-energy? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, because Denzel Curry a better rapper than Waka, but I don't think he make better music. Yeah.
I mean, I like Denzel Curry, so I'm not gonna...
So Waka music is like the damn... I guess it's like it's the forefather for like the shit that's out now. Like,
but you know what the funny thing is too? Like, I remember Waka was one of them niggas. Like, why do I need to have bars? Like, why can't I just look? I wanted to say
that kind of turned me off at the time.
But however, though, when this nigga found knowledge itself, this nigga was spitting God body bars all over the fucking place.
And that's the thing. When right before him and Gucci stopped being cool, their last few songs, and like around that time, Waka was actually rapping better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like,
he started improving.
Yeah, I was like, where was this coming from? Because I was like, wait a minute, this nigga's actually spitting. Like, it's like, whoa, hold on. Like, this is a nigga that said bars wasn't important and shit like that. He didn't need punchlines and shit like that. This nigga's rhyming God body shit. Like, what the fuck?
Just to show you, at the end of the day, a lot of these rap niggas, they want to be known to say some dope shit. They want to be looked at as being like, even if they make good music, they want to be known for someone to say some dope shit.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, like, if you truly love rap or hip hop, there's a part of your body, your soul, that's gonna want to be taken serious with the bars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are, and I feel like Waka's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, easily.
Yeah, no argument from there for me. Like, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But Disappointment albums, like I said, we're split down the middle. You know, surprisingly, I thought I was gonna be the outlier. But appreciate you, Pilot, for holding me down, bruh.
This nigga Pilot just been like he became the MVP for the night. Like,
yeah.
Nigga held it down. Like
he saved me and LB from being outliers and saying, you know, fuck y'all.
No, it's never usually that way. Usually it's me and Pete agreeing on the shit. So it's nice
Yeah, because like I said, I think it's only one time where it was us old niggas and the young niggas, like, we were split down the middle. Like, that was.
there was one time I think all of us in Rome even agreed on everything once, right? I swear that was one time that happened.
The Kendrick album, we all gave it an 8.
Oh yeah.
The Ice Cube is the only one where all of us liked it, and Pat was like, "Nah, that's just like a 4 or some shit." And we're all giving it like 8s and 9s.
Yeah, that's the Ice Cube shit. Yeah,
not like overdid it.
Yeah,
I think we all have like 8s, and he's like, "Yeah, let me give it a 4."
Yeah,
I think you gave it an 8. Me and Rome gave it a 9. So that just tells you the quality. Because whenever you giving something an 8, 9, and 10, like, you're looking at real dope classic masterpiece. So,
and I was not, and I wasn't looking at that as a classic or a masterpiece.
Your loss.
Apparently, it is.
I can get a nigga from a whole new era to listen to the album, and he gave it a motherfucking 9. And it's funny, we was in the car like last week, and Frankenstein came up, and we was jamming to that shit. I thought about Pat briefly, like, saying, this nigga ain't like this album. Like, he fucking crazy.
Hey man, different strokes for different folks, bruh.
I mean, I feel you because we had a good discussion.
That's
about it, right? Like,
yeah, probably the MVP for this, you know. So make sure there was no outliers that were on their own. So yeah, good shit, Pilot. You know, But I think that's it for our topics, man. I love it when we do the music topics because the shit comes out, like, you know, like we obviously we talk our boxing shit though, but when it comes to that music shit we talk about, yeah, you know, it's like a different monster. So for everyone that, you know, participate, you know, I want to make sure I shout y'all out, you know, from Broadway Joel, to, you know, Marquise, you know, salute Marquise, to Rob Deep, aka Rob Deep, Henny God, you know, riding with Prodigy, you know, Marquise Judge, The Masters. I had to mention that because I was like, hey, that's another thing I haven't heard in a minute. You know, Henny God Slick, Lone Star Steph. You know, it was thank you all for being in our comments and, you know, putting down, you know, vibing with us and, you know, mentioning stuff and answering some questions with us when we're kind of stuck, man. You know, salute y'all for tuning in and listening to our show, man. Definitely. And some of them brothers too have YouTube channels, man. So yeah, definitely check them out for real. I guess I'll go first for final thoughts. My only final thought is I wish I was on the Danny Garcia podcast recap because although I mean for some reason that has so many views, but I swear, because
Swift is still a needle mover. That's why.
Nigga, shut up! I don't hear nothing about that.
Acknowledge him.
I'm trying to be negative, my nigga. You stop being positive.
Acknowledge him.
Yeah, So next time, is that it's like all I know is yes, internally I gave that fight a lot of scorn. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to know what I said, hit me up. Hit us up on the Twitter. So I'll be gladly to let you know what I thought.
You just wanted to complain. You just wanted to complain.
I know, right?
Yeah,
need to talk about
how
Angry Fist wasn't looking so angry and how
he had
to get another helper stoppage.
Niggas out here bashing a future world champion. Niggas out here, but it's awful. Like shame on these niggas, bro.
A future world champion that got rocked like 3 or 4 times.
Shame on you niggas for bashing Gary X-Pac Russell, nigga. Shame on both of you niggas, man.
Dude was legit hurt 3 times.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Even Danny ain't get hurt.
I say
by a dude with a faggot ass haircut that you thought was gonna get washed in 3 rounds. Yeah,
he also didn't hurt nobody either. But you know what? I said my niggas, but yeah, if y'all want to hear my independent thoughts on that fight, hit me up, bro. I'll be more than happy.
Bro, just post up your own 5-minute video. Just post up your own 5-minute video, bro. No one's gonna target you out. They hear you talk shit about Swift,
So there's an audience out there that I haven't tapped in. I'm pretty sure there are people that feel the way I feel. But don't worry, like I said, I'll hold y'all down. Big Pat, I don't ever fail on that aspect. But yeah, Rob D, I say need more music ones. Yeah, we say that all the time. It's more or less trying to we get the topics together and then we listen to it and then we decide we're gonna do a track by track or whatever, bro. Trust me, we talk about it all the time.
Cause we be having to plan those. Cause the Freddie Fox one, I actually came up with that one last week.
Yeah.
And I had made the graphic for it and everything, and I gotta let people get a chance to hear the albums again. Cause sometimes I'll just randomly hear shit, or I'll just be in a mood and I'll just be like, damn, you know what, this would be a good topic. And then I'll shoot it to them and everybody, is like, I had to fuck with it or whatever. And we go from there. Yeah. It just be organic, honestly.
Yeah, and then usually that's the process between our music shits, and more often than not, them shits are classic.
Might have another one depending on how we feel when we wake up. We gonna have another cast tomorrow. We gonna review my album, and we'll put either a boxing poll or a hip hop poll, and we can talk about that shit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But other than that, man, thank you everyone for joining, and keep supporting us. Spread the word, man. Ring Gang Radio, man. We're the future. We're the present and the future. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely we're on everything. Check our webpage out, our YouTube, Podomatic, Anchor, Google Music, Apple Music. We're on every platform imaginable, and even on Amazon too. I think we got on Amazon. So yeah, man, Ring Gang Radio, man. Even Google that shit. We're there, bro.
Damn.
Ring Gang is the squad. So yeah, just tune in, man. Just listen, like, subscribe, or listen, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends to do the same so we can all be friends. I always say it, but I mean every word of it. Tell your friends so they can sub and they can spread the word. That's what it is, man. Ring Gang is going places. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So, Pilot, your final thoughts?
Like you said, you know what it is. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. Monday through Sunday through nonstop. But you know where to find us at, whether it be Instagram and every social media platform imaginable, like Pat said. But just hopefully we get a good weekend of Boston, just a couple 3 good cards. It's a shame Hooker Cobbs might just is in jeopardy, but is what it is. That's boxing, and you know what it is. Maybe here's tomorrow. How about that?
Yes, sir. P.
I mean, you already know what it is. Ring Gang Radio. You know where to find us at. You know, in YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, ringgangradio.com. Now, then, forever, we gonna be here. We're gonna be killing the game. We got that dog in us. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
we gonna keep killing it. So keep fucking with us.
Absolutely. LB, man.
I get that you breathing, but you dead from the waist down. Fuck what's on your mind. But you thought you not fucking with Ring Gang? Then you be walking.
Hey.
Well, no, because King P was on some dog shit, and I'm like, damn, why he? Like, did we even mention DMX tonight? Like, I think maybe briefly when we said the Jigga.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we had to just bring him back. Yeah, R.I.P. DMX.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, everybody said what it is, man. You know, if y'all not up on everything, just make sure y'all up on it. Get on that TikTok, follow the Twitter, everything else. You know what it do. Make sure you listen to my album, nigga.
Yes,
The
sir.
world is a op. Do this shit for real. We just ain't talking about this rap shit. We live it, nigga.
Word.
Yeah. But nah, that's just streaming everywhere and shit. You can listen to that on Google, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify. Like, you'll see that shit. If you follow me on IG, I always be posting clips of it in stories and all that shit. So, you know.
Yeah, you do.
We definitely gonna be going to a little renaissance period. Getting more music topics, and we're gonna get more movie reviews. That Prey dropping, we're gonna be doing a review on that soon. That Predator film.
Yes, sir.
You know that's up our alley. So and that new Netflix joint coming out, I think it's called Carter.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit look hard. So
Yeah, I got that saved. I got that shit saved in my queue.
yeah, you seen the trailer?
I did, bro. That shit looked tough.
Like crazy, right? Like
Yeah.
So that and just, you know, just take it one day at a time. Y'all make sure y'all, you know, share the channel, share all of this shit. The episode 4 is out. We working on some more shit. And let's just take it from there. You're gonna hopefully get some more interviews. I know y'all probably expecting that. So get some different guests back in on Ring Gang and chop it up. Just go from there, man. Just we appreciate everybody's support.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, that's about it. So for myself, yeah, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, you know, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.